during this time. Look at that album.
But I actually think it's a good song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But
You go ahead.
I mean, now knowing the whole story,
Yeah.
I've had a lot of folks. You can just hear Brian. I mean,
Yeah,
like, of
you
course
can.
that's Brian.
Yeah.
But at that time, he was the roadie.
Yeah.
He had never really said it other thing than mic check 1, 2. But so when it came out, it was him. I'm like, damn, they got us.
But after doing this, I mean, are you really starting to feel the character and live the character now?
I started doing stuff like that. I really felt the heel persona that here's this cocky, arrogant, over-the-top guy. Vince was super, super like, Jeff, you've got to back it up in the ring. All your over-the-top stuff, he's great, but he says, kick ass when you get in the ring. And at that late 94 and working with Scott I just felt it coming on. And then when me and Brian put together in the video and the IC title match, I just knew we were off to the races.
But you became Intercontinental Champion. You had a killer match defending against Shawn Michaels at an In Your House pay-per-view. Let's go to some footage from that match because this was a highly regarded match that year.
Double J jerk Jarrett.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental
The
Champion.
Road Dogg's always been good on the stick. I mean, because this
One
was
of the
kind of
best.
like he was cutting his teeth here.
Yes.
He's always been good, but it really would lead to his work in DX later.
Yeah.
And he's always had the gift of gab. Thought you and Shawn had a great matchup. Two, similar body types.
Yeah. He's so damn athletic.
Oh. Boom. Swing and a miss. Boom. In for the ride. Up and over. Here we go. Boom. Good right hand. A lot of guys from Memphis have that good right hand. I think it was like Jackie Fargo, Jerry Lawler. You got it from those guys. And
Had to work in, week week out.
yeah.
And the thing that about this whole night, In Your House, a little bit short of pay-per-views, I'd already sang the song live.
Yeah.
And the people were like, damn, he did it live. So the heel character of Double J in his hometown, it's like I had everything. I was shoving up everybody's ass. I had everything going for me. And I was the reigning champion, and here comes the Heartbreak Kid. But the people wanted to see this match.
Yeah.
They wanted Shawn. They wanted Shawn to beat my ass.
Nice. Clothesline over the top. See you later. He's going to skin the cat back in off the guard.
He'll do his strut.
Yeah.
Who struts better, you or him?
There you go.
Municipal Auditorium. And see, having Brian so athletic outside, he added so much to the package.
Oh, he definitely helped.
He added because he's so athletic, can talk, charisma. It just fit.
But also behind that referee's back, helping out with heat, not putting heat on referee. Boom. Oh, there's nice reversal. Boom, over the top, man. He's
selling
it's
like
the little things. A lot of times those reversals. Okay, here you go. Nice cross body. Boom. All rolls through. Kick out.
Thing, me and Shawn had worked several live events together. Just having it down just means so much. There's that crucifix.
Hey, God dang, into sunset. Nope, not quite. Oh, leg hook. There you go. Boom, good drop kick.
Here we
right
go.
In the kisser.
Right in the kisser.
Good vertical. Crowds mic'd a lot different back in those days.
Totally.
Hear it.
Yeah, totally different. And that building is a unique building as well.
Okay, time to take it home here.
Look, Double J, they hated me, even in my hometown.
Oh, almost for the win, small package. Okay, go to work on the knee.
Me and Earl, we had little nuances in here. Earl and I always say, stay on me, stay on me.
Yeah.
Added to the intensity of it.
There you go. See you later, Earl. He's one of my favorite referees to work with.
Oh, so good. He has emotion.
Well, and he was over, too.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Oh!
Going back to our old conversation, Earl knew how to keep heat off of him and on the heels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Nice trip.
Brody.
Little backfire. Oh, sweet chin music. Cover, hook the leg. And that was an excellent match. Of course, I mean, if you just stunk the joint out with Shawn Michaels, I'd be disappointed.
You'd be in trouble.
So, great match with Shawn there, but you would leave WWE in part for WCW. What happened?
I was in a car wreck in early 90s, and my back went out. I missed about 2 or 3 weeks, but I made the towns. I didn't wrestle. But my back went out, and L4 and L5. Look, I'm not built to weigh 235. I was like 238 at the time, and my back went out, and I sat on the sidelines for about 3 months, and then my contract was up in October, and that's when I went to WCW.
So when the contract was expired, did you say, "Hey man, I'm out of here"? Was there any
So
thought
Nitro had launched. Nitro had launched. My back had hurt, and I knew that the whole vibe of the WWE roster at the time was just entirely different. It was. I knew that when I left in '95, and now here are in early '96, I knew that okay, probably time for a change. Nitro had launched. Things were starting to roll and pick up. I thought I was going to have an option, and I tested the waters. Vince and company certainly weren't calling me. Vince had gone about. Things just we weren't seeing eye to eye. There was no animosity. It wasn't fitting. And long story short, me and Eric Bischoff had a conversation, and I started with him in October of '96.
Yeah, but when you go to WCW, it's one of the more transformative kind of times in the business because you're going to be in the Four Horsemen. But your stay is brief, and I think you're also working an angle with the NWO. So what was time like down there, and did Double J fit within the confines of Four Horsemen and NWO?
So, 96, it's a different era. The NWO had launched. Hogan, Hall, and Nash, it took off like a rocket ship. And I knew, not that they were going to have me in it, but I already knew Hall, Nash, they already had a lot of members. DiBiase and all this. I'm like, all right, I'm going to be playing not just second fiddle, third and fourth and fifth fiddle. That's probably not for me. But Kevin Sullivan came to me and said, hey, we want to do this thing with you and the Four Horsemen. We think we can make money between you and Flair. And I said, I'm in. I absolutely was all in. So we did the story with Mongo and the Four Horsemen. And that really... Look, it's debatable, but it really took off because me and Rick in ring, we had really good chemistry. And then Rick had some injury, and then there's the political side of it that the NWO was up here and the Four Horsemen. It was just, there was so much talent there, and you can almost relate to it. When you have a boatload of talent, it was just kind of a hodgepodge of things, but that storyline of, was I going to be in the NWO? That was quickly over. I was in the Four Horsemen basically for the entire year. That story started and stopped. It never really came to fruition. Wasn't because of anything other than the culture. There were a lot of stories that started and stopped during that time frame, but it never really got going. But to take a step back, Steve, I wasn't there 6 weeks. And I immediately saw real quick, Vince McMahon's the boss up north, and you don't have to even begin to say, who do I go talk to about an issue? And you lived it. And in WCW, I knew Eric was the boss. But wait, Kevin Sullivan's a booker, and he's going to say this. But no, you got to go over here. J.J. Dillon's kind of this. But it was a corporate environment, and I didn't like it. I knew, or I felt, that I could not succeed in this environment. I just couldn't do it.
So then, after just a bit of disarray,
again, I asked my dad, asked my attorney, what do you think going into WCW? And they go, what kind of deal? And Eric and me said, let's do a 1-year deal and see how it is, because it was just taking off. Yeah. And I don't think Eric knew me, and I didn't know Eric. And I think it was a blessing in disguise that I signed a 1-year deal, and I got the opportunity to go back.
That was. So you're going to land back in WWE and immediately cut a shoot promo.
Here we go.
Now, we don't got all of the promo, but let's play part of the shoot promo and get into a little bit of the story behind this.
Last week on Monday Nitro, Jeff Jarrett was declared everything but dead. Since I refused to accept Eric Bischoff's offer and re-sign with WCW, he did everything within his power to bury me. being the coward that he is, he even hid behind his computer and announced to the whole world that he had pulled the offer off the table. Well, Eric, the only thing that you ever pulled from Jeff Jarrett was opportunity. Since I wasn't one of your boys, you put a lid on my potential. I was only going to go as far as you wanted me to. There was never, ever any ladder of success for me to climb. I was one of the youngest, most talented wrestlers that you had.
Look at that full house.
Full house.
But you let me drown in mediocrity just because my stroke wasn't strong enough. Vince, don't sit over there and snicker and smile and cherish this moment, because I left the WWF 2 years ago for the same reason. Eric Bischoff did it out of either ignorance or inexperience of the wrestling business. What were your excuses? Remember the gold tooth?
Look at Vince.
Yeah, you think it's real cute and funny. Remember the gold tooth, the country music star? Vince, you had a vision of what you wanted Double J, Jeff Jarrett, to be. And quite honestly, in all due respect, your vision sucked.
Yeah, it may have.
Vince, you told me to come out here tonight and shoot, and that's exactly what I'm doing, right between your eyes. You can take With My Baby Tonight and stick it up your butt.
That's not nice.
Because from here on out, it's going to be Jeff Jarrett's way.
Okay, that's about a 7-minute promo, and that's probably about a minute and a half of it. So what was the story on this? Because it doesn't look like you're trying to remember everything. It's kind of coming right off the cuff.
Then I did a good job. It was one of those times when, like, a lot of people refer to it as a shoot promo.
Yeah.
Look, it was the early days of Vince Russo. The thing was scripted, but it was reality based.
Yeah.
And in Memphis, that's really all I don't say ever did, because Lawler had clowns and monsters and all that. But we always used a reality-based mindset. That was all reality-based. So the Double J character coming back in, the mindset was, and Vince, and both Vinces, Vince Russo and Vince McMahon, how are we going to form this character? Let's flow it out. Let's get a jumping off point. But me, for sure, but Vince wanted to capitalize that. Literally 1 week I was on Nitro, next week. So do the jump. I was jumping back. So we wanted to capitalize on that. The stories were set in place. Survivor Series was about to come up. The Brett situation was going down. There was a lot of things. You were shooting to the moon, but there were a lot of things going on storyline-wise that I obviously wasn't a part of, but we wanted to capitalize on. 1 week I'm on Nitro, 1 week